It's not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Right then, this is Armed Formation, if I'm not mistaken, by Nichibutsu and Big Don. Good old Big Don. I'll just push the run button and see what happens. Okay, so it's a vertical shooty die very quickly kind of game. There's a background there, a background texture which I don't know if you're going to be able to see because the camera, I want that. Oh, the camera doesn't necessarily pick up subtle patterns like that if they're quite dark. Contrast is a little bit high on the camera. It's supposed to be high dynamic range, but I ain't really convinced about that. This is pretty good. Gimme. Oh, well that did something. I want that as well. Gimme that. Gimme. Oh yeah, we'll have that. And oh, I didn't die. I thought I was gonna. What are these? I think we're in Blackpool. It is a Japanese shooter. In Blackpool, because they have lights a lot like this. Yep. It is the Play Expo of Japanese shooters, set in Blackpool. Fully authentic, except without the traffic jam. Oh crap. When we were there, I was there with Joe, Play Expo Blackpool this year. We walked into town to have a look at the lights and the tower and stuff, and just to see the sights, as you do. And all of a sudden the traffic just started backing up and wasn't moving, and eventually we found out why. I mean, it's just a normal two-way street kind of thing, you know, no dual carriageway or anything like that, and a bus had broke down, and with oncoming traffic there was no way past it. So all the traffic had backed up about 2 miles just on the main seafront, boardwalk, call it what you like. So that was amusing. Walking that 2 miles, we got to where we were going a lot quicker than anyone in their cars. Give me that. Oh God. Yeah. This is not how to play the game. Not remotely, not even close. That was better though. I guess find out where they're going to come in and just keep Oh. It's hard, alright, and I suck. Yeah, that's the way. Over this side. Ugh. Div. You berg. Come on. No, game over. There we go. I suck. Forgotten what it's called already. Something F, isn't it? Something that. There you go. Armed Formation. Or Armed F. Depending on how. Formation Armed F. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Armed Formation. Anyway, hard as nails. I suck. Big Don. What more do you need to know? Thank you for watching. Hello. Today's question for Q&A is from FiXato. I've answered a question very similar to this once before, but that one was a little more targeted. This one's slightly more general. So effectively I'm answering it again, but it's more generalised, and things changed a bit since then as well. For Q&A, how have video game retro hardware collecting and managing your channel influenced your personal life? My answer to this is the same as it was last time I sort of answered it, which is they haven't affected my personal life at all. My personal life affects my hobbies rather than my hobbies affect my personal life, in that if I'm in a social situation, I'm concentrating on that social situation or relationship, not on my hobby. I will limit my hobby, not limit my relationship. That really, it's not an issue these days. If anything, my relationship with Joe enhances my hobby. For example, I got to go to Play Expo in Blackpool with Joe this year, which is something previously, if I was going to go, I went on my own. Joe is a gamer, and a proper gamer, which is great. So I don't want to talk about previous relationships, and I don't want to get into comparing, but the dynamic is different. There is an understanding of the hobby because it's our hobby, and so it is just plain different. Quite often when I go to Joe's place, she lives a little way away from me, which isn't really relevant at all. But when I go to her place, quite often when I get there, she's gaming. She will be playing. At the moment, it's Star Wars Lego. She has a certain taste in games, which is different from my taste in games, but it's still what I would consider proper gaming. I would say not so much retro, but actually since meeting me she's kind of developing a bit of a taste for the older stuff, in so much as she's now playing the Lego Star Wars games on PS2, which she played back in the day when they were new on PS2, but she's kind of playing them again now. So if I get there, she's playing them, and I've encouraged her, like, look, don't stop playing just because I'm here. Don't let me being here limit your game playing, because I've been in that situation in the past where playing games became something, if I was going to do it when I had company, it would be for a limited time only, and I don't want to do that to Jo. If she wants to game, I'm like, you carry on, because I'm happy to sit and watch. I like watching another gamer playing, especially if it's a game that I'm not going to be particularly good at, but that is enjoyable to watch. I wouldn't necessarily want to sit and watch a real-time strategy game or something, or maybe a JRPG. I don't know, maybe I even would, but that, but it's good in that we influence each other's interest in the hobby. I have shown her and introduced her to some games, or reintroduced her to some games that she might not have thought about playing or playing again, and she has introduced me to some games that I still don't have the urge to play Lego Star Wars or Lego Marvel or any of the Lego games, but I enjoy watching them. And in the same way, Ratchet and Clank, I tried playing Ratchet and Clank some years ago on the PS3, and I played it for a bit, and it didn't really work for me. It was one of the first games I bought on PS3, because everyone said it's great, and it just didn't work for me. It wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't what I wanted, so I moved on fairly quickly. But it's one of Joe's favourite games or series of games, and she plays it, and I do enjoy watching. I think partly the problem I had was I didn't know what the hell I was meant to be doing a lot of the time, and I am a person who really doesn't like not knowing what they're meant to be doing. Kind of doesn't matter in some games if it's a whopping great big open world sandbox game, or Elite or No Man's Sky or something like that. It doesn't matter. I'll play that and just enjoy the world that I'm in. But in something like Ratchet and Clank, it kind of matters. I found that it did anyway. So I didn't enjoy it, but I like watching Jo play it because she knows what she's doing. She is a completionist, when it comes to gaming, and knows these games absolutely inside out, and has got to get every last little piece and every last little point from every level. So watching her play is fascinating because she knows exactly what's where and how to get it. Very enjoyable to watch. So yeah, gaming hasn't affected my personal life and relationship at all, but my personal life and relationship has affected my relationship with gaming, I would say. Yeah, and I think that's healthy because I know where my priorities lie, and relationship before hobby, absolutely. But if the relationship can actually enhance the hobby, and I would say it has, that's really cool and great, and we have fun. As for the actual collecting, no, because I'm not really collecting anymore. In terms of, it doesn't, my collection doesn't affect, what the hell? Great backdrop. I'd wanted the intro to be like cycling, but it doesn't. It's epic on the Amiga. I only just really noticed it. What was I going to say? Yeah, my collection doesn't affect my relationship or personal life in any way whatsoever, because I'm not actively collecting anymore, strictly speaking. I'm not collecting retro hardware. I am acquiring retro capable handhelds from time to time, or Everdrive type flash cartridges and multi-carts and things like that, for the purpose of doing review videos. And I like playing with them and seeing what they can do and seeing how far I can push them. That is fun. And I have chosen to like obtain those because they don't take much space. And that is the thing. While my collection doesn't affect my relationship, it does, it's fair to say, affect my life, in that I am living in this room, which is not very big. I've never really shown it to you because there's really nothing to see. It's like living in a storeroom. And that's the thing. It takes up a lot of space. So it makes living in this room less comfortable than it would be if I didn't have it. But I don't want to sell it. It's mine. It took a significant time and a fair amount of money to obtain, and in some cases quite a bit of effort to obtain the things at a reasonable price. So yeah, there is a compromise between like having it and having living space. This would be a really, really comfortable, a fantastic room if it wasn't so full of old computers and consoles and games. I'm kind of looking at it and thinking, how much of this stuff can I put elsewhere into like more long-term storage, shall we say? I've got a lot of cartridge software, disk software stuff that is currently, like, I can play on Everdrives and stuff, so it doesn't need to be in here. Jo has got a storage space where she lives, and she's, you know, she says, "What, put some of your stuff in here," and I'm looking at it and thinking, what could I put in there to free up space in here, just not to buy other stuff, just to have some living space so I don't feel like I'm living in a cupboard. And again, actually, that's a case of like relationship affecting hobby, not hobby affecting relationship. Actually, it's not even affecting my hobby, it's just affecting my relationship, affecting my quality of life in a positive way. Yeah. That's about it, really. Relationship affects hobby, not the other way around. Relationship affects life in a positive way. Relationships are good. I am a person who can live very easily on their own as a single person. I've never been someone who needs to be in a relationship. But having said that, it is really nice to be in a relationship, especially with someone who shares certain common interests. It's cool. Okay, that's about all I've got to say on that. Sorry about the backdrop, very boring. That would have been good if it had kept cycling round. If you've got any questions you would like answering in a video like this, leave your question in the comment section below. Begin with for Q&A, so I know not to just answer in the comments. And thank you for watching.
Patreon? That's not even a word. You've made it up.